Hey everybody, welcome here. My name is Emma and I'm so glad you decided to join me today for another knitting podcast. I think it's episode 4, if you can believe it. I'm so excited. I'm having so much fun doing these for you guys and for myself. It's really just a really fun experience, and I am so thankful for every single one of you that has liked one of my videos, commented, and subscribed. It really means the world to me, and I am planning on a giveaway for when I hit 1,000 subscribers, so definitely subscribe if you want to see what I come up with for that. I am really excited. So today I'm wearing, this is the Cumulus Blouse by Petite Knit, and I have knit it in Knitting for Olive Heavy Merino in the color Camel, held with their soft silk mohair in the color Caramel. I could be reversing those, but I'm fairly certain that is in that order. And I really love how this blouse turned out. I love the V-neck with the I-cord detail. I am 100% making another one ASAP. I love it. I wear this thing constantly. And my only complaint is that I wound up having to lengthen the sleeves quite a lot to reach that desired bracelet length. I don't know if it's my arms, I don't know if it's these knitting patterns, but I have to extend almost every single arm that I knit. Even if my gauge is long, like it was with my legs pullover, my gauge was longer in length than called for, and I still had to extend my sleeve. It must be my arms. Like, are my arms too long? I don't get it. But I'm so happy with this. I am considering going back and shortening it an inch, but I don't know if I have it in me right now, so I'm not gonna do it now. But I'm gonna knit another one, and I will definitely be knitting that one a little bit shorter. I have purchased the yarn for it, and it got lost in the mail, and they sent me more yarn in a different color because the yarn color that I'd ordered that got lost in the mail ran out of that color over the Black Friday sale. And the color that they sent me, it was a color that I picked, but how it looked online versus in person, vastly different. So this online looked like a really nice soft seashell pink, and this is like straight up neon. It's like orange, pink, neon vibes, and if you've been here for any length of time, you know that is not me. I'm neutrals, soft tones, warm autumns. I am not a neon bright color person. Nothing against them, I just don't feel comfortable in them. So I have to, actually after I get done filming this, I'm going to call and see about returning that and getting a different color. So off on that tangent, for other finished objects, I have some hats, some gift knits that I will show you as kind of a wrap up of my Vlogmas, because I did not wind up doing any vlog filming this week. It just was too much for me this week. I've been working insane hours to try to get orders for my small shop created and shipped out before Christmas, so that way I could justify taking a couple days off for Christmas. So vlogging every day just did not land in my capabilities this week. But I do want to show you guys the gift knits that I finished, and the first one, which I did finish just before Vlogmas, but you guys have not seen it yet, is my youngest's Oslo hat. Now, we did this in Knitting for Olive Merino Poppy Blue, held double for the brim, and then for the body I held Knitting for Olive Flamingo and Poppy Blue for a real nice pink and blue marled, which pink and blue were the requested colors, so that's what we did. And he loves it so much. He's always so happy to wear it. He shows everybody, my new hat, my new hat. So it makes me really happy and feel very proud that he loves it so much. Also finished, but not here as they've been gifted, So I will put up some pictures. The first one is a cute little ribbed hat for my youngest niece. She is almost a year old, so I just did a nice ribbed 1x1 hat and made it extra long so that way she could fold the brim now and then wear it unfolded as she grows older. And with the ribbing, it will give her a lot of growing room as well. I did not follow a pattern for this hat, but any 1x1 ribbed hat will not steer you wrong. And then this is the hat that I made for my oldest niece. She is the sweetest little girl in the world, and I have loved getting to know her as she grows up. So I used my leftover yarn from my son's hat in the poppy blue and the flamingo pink, and it just turned out so cute, and I think she liked it. But she's 2, so she's excited about toys. But I know from my sister telling me that she really loves getting to wear a hat that Auntie M made. She actually calls me Mimi. It's so cute. I love being an aunt. It's very special. And then that was also the Oslo hat pattern. And this hat is one I knit for my nephew. He is also a year old. And I really wanted this hat to be able to grow with him for a little bit. So we did it in a cotton and superwash merino blend. Oh, the brand name, Lucky Brand yarn. I got it at Joann, and I really like this yarn. I really do. And I used the leftover from my hat, and I thought I would have enough, but I didn't quite. So I borrowed from some yarn that I had got to knit a sweater out of to do some stripes and get that finished. And it fits him perfectly. It's a little bit poofy on top, so a little bit growing room. And I was really happy with that. Oh, I also knit a Sophie shawl by Petite Knit. I will put that up too, but that has been rehomed as it was leftover yarn from this sweater that I did not want to languish in stash forever. So I decided to just right away use that up, and also decided that it wasn't one I wanted to keep just because my coat is a very light camel color, and I just felt it was like too tonal for my preferences. So I think that's it for finished objects. For works in progress, I have got a hat for my oldest. Finally, I really need to try to finish this by the weekend because he is leaving for his dad's. So I really would like to send him off with a finished hat. And this is knitting for Olive, I believe pomegranate, but I will leave it below if that is different. But I'm pretty sure it's pomegranate. And then I also have a Monday Sweater Junior for my youngest that I cast on a few days ago, and I admit it has kind of stolen my attention. And I have made some pretty good progress getting through the yoke. This pattern has really nice German short rows, really nice raglan increases. I'm about halfway through the raglan increases right now, and I just love it. He tried it on this morning, and he said it felt a little bit, he could feel it on his neck, but he said it wasn't itchy. So I'm hoping after a good block and soak, it will be very tolerable next to skin for him. But if not, I have no problem rehoming it and making him another. I have probably from a superwash yarn. Probably should have done that from the get-go. But this is yarn that I bought when I was first starting out buying. This is Knit Picks Wool of the Andes, which is 100% Peruvian wool. It's a bit more rustic, but I met Gauge with it for the knitting for Olive. I met Gauge with it for the Petite Knits Monday Sweater Junior. And it was a color that he picked out and really wanted and was excited about. So I really hope it works out for him and that I don't have to pass this on and start over again. But I love knitting for my kids, so it's really not that much of a hardship. can't really call this work in progress because I've only gauge swatched for it, which I don't have. Let me go get the gauge swatch for it. Okay, I'm back. So this is Knit Picks Wool of the Andes, 100% Peruvian wool in the color Moral. I think it's Moral. And this is Drops Kid Silk Mohair, color 31. I forget what they called it, mauve or something like that. This is also an acquisition, and it showed up and I'm like, that is too purple. There's no way it's gonna work with this, because this is like a really nice brown, but it's for sure got some purple undertones, like comparatively. And I'm like, that's just too purple. It's not gonna work. But who am I to doubt my first instincts? Because it's perfect. It is the perfect taupe mauve vibed color, and I cannot wait to wear this. So I'm considering this a work in progress because I am casting on the Salty Day sweater by Katova Kika today. I'm gonna cast it on today. I am nervous about this project. It is the most intricate thing I have ever done, but I'm so excited. And Christmas Eve is tomorrow, and I'm taking Christmas Eve, Christmas Day, and the day after off, and I'm going to knit the Salty Day sweater, and we will see how far I get to update you for my next knitting podcast. So I'm so excited about that. And I still have my socks. I'm just not excited about them. I don't know if I'm gonna finish them. I've been learning a lot about sock yarn, and I just don't know if this is the right pattern for this yarn. This is the Summer Lee I'm So Basic sock pattern with Patton's Croy sock yarn, and it is a heavier fingering weight yarn, but at the same time I knit extremely tight, so it could be just fine. I just have never gauge swatched for socks, so I just really don't know like if I'm on gauge for this sock pattern. I have knit two other pairs of socks with the sock pattern and that sock yarn, so it should be fine. I'm excited about the bigger things. I'm excited about the sweaters and getting them out while I can, and I think I have not prioritized socks as much as I wish that I would have. But yes, so they're kind of a on hold work in progress right now, but I'll get back to them. Although I did find a knitting pattern, the camp socks. I want to say they're by Ozetta for worsted weight socks, and I kind of want to do that because worsted weight sock, that is just going to be such instant gratification. I feel like I need that in my life right now. I need instant gratification. I need that dopamine hit. I need that. So I think that's all for works in progress. So now for acquisitions, which I do have a few. I have already shown you the Drops Kid Silk Mohair in the color 31. I have already shown you Knit Pick Swish in the color Conch that I will be returning, picking out something different. So that's a little bit disappointing because that was supposed to be my next Cumulus Blouse. I was hopeful to have that done by now. Another Knit Pick Swish. I found Knit Pick Swish and I was so excited. This is their DK weight, which is 100% fine superwash merino wool, and in the color Squirrel Heather with 123 yards per ball. And I just love this color. Like, this is an Emma color, if ever there was one. I love it. Like, this is branching out for me. This is gray brown, not brown. This is branching out. So this is going to be a Monday sweater by Petite Knit. Because my first Monday sweater just wound up so much wider in gauge than I had wanted it to. It was a learning experience. I have no ill feelings towards that sweater. I love it so much. I knit it on the beach. I started it on a road trip with my mom and knit it on the beach, so it's just so special to me. So I do wear that sweater almost every day. It's just a bit more rustic than I would have liked around my neck, but it doesn't bother me. I'm just not gonna wear it as much as I wear this one. And it's oversized. I got a worsted weight gauge with that yarn. Oops. So I will be excited to have a Monday sweater on gauge, on size. I got more Knit Pick Swish in the bulky weight. This is also Squirrel Heather, and this is just a mess. Like, this is such a mess. I'm probably going to cake this up really soon, but this is meant to be another Sophie shawl by Petite Knit. Then I got Drops Nepal in the uni color. I forget what they called this, but it's number 8912. It's wool and alpaca for every day, they say. It's 65% wool, doesn't say what kind of wool, and 35% alpaca. And this is going to be my step-by-step cardigan by Handmade by Florence, so I'm really excited about that. I will probably cast that on after my Salty Day sweater. Next, I got Drops Lima, which, yes, this is a very Emma color. This is color 9024, and this is also 65% wool and 35% alpaca, which just makes it so next to skin soft. I love this color. This is going to be another Monday sweater. I'm really working on those basics that I will grab every day. And I got a couple balls of Drops Flora. This is 65% wool, 35% alpaca, a fingering weight yarn. Color 07. This is going to be the, is it the Alex hood by Knitting for Olive? I'll pop a picture up, but it's just this really beautiful hood with like a wrapped around scarf. It's gorgeous. I knew I had to make one as soon as I saw it, so I was very excited to see that. And lastly, for my acquisitions, I have got a Sweaters Quantity in Lucky brand yarn, which I mentioned earlier for the hats. This is available at my local Joann Fabrics. It is a cotton wool blend, 50% cotton, 50% superwash merino. It's a worsted weight yarn. And I'm going to remake my Lakes Pullover by Ozetta out of this. And I am ridiculously excited to get started. I love this yarn. It is soft. It's not at all rough or scratchy. It's obviously a tiny bit more dry than working with straight up merino, but for a cotton superwash merino blend that you can buy an entire sweater's quantity for under $45, I think. I got this on sale. You cannot beat this, especially when you're just starting out. This is so accessible, and it's wearable, and it's soft, and it's not gonna be too hot. Like, if you're knitting all these wool sweaters, but you never wear them because it's too hot or too warm where you live, or you keep your house too warm to justify wearing your sweaters inside, and you want to wear what you make, this is amazing. I love this. You should definitely give this a shot. I mean, I know we go down the rabbit hole of yarn and we want all the Sandus yarn, we want all the indie dyed, and that's great. Knitting for Olive, Sandus yarn, Vocalana, they're all amazing, but they're not really accessible to a lot of people. And like, my heart on that matter is that it's amazing to be able to invest that kind of money in those small shops, those indie dyers. That's amazing. And if you can, yes, please do support them. They need all of us. But that is not something I can afford to do for every project at the rate that I knit. I just can't. But I can try to find more sustainable, middle of the ground companies to support that are more affordable, like Knit Picks. Like, Knit Picks is, as far as companies go, Knit Picks is a step above Drops, yes. And then you've got like your big box stores that they're big box stores, okay? We all know it, but it's accessible and it's really pretty good quality. It's a really good blend that's going to give you a very wearable sweater or garment, whatever you choose to do with it. But this, I would suggest starting with this over Lion Brand, because this is going to give you a much softer, next to skin, tolerable sweater than just straight up Lion Brand yarn, and at a very comparable, if not better, price point, depending on sales and coupons, because Joann's always has those. So thanks for enduring my rant, but I just want us all to love this hobby and not feel limited by our budgets, or feel like, you know, if we can't buy all these fancy name brands, the coveted small shops, and the indie dyers that sell out in 15 minutes after uploads, if we can't and aren't doing that, we're not less than. We are enjoying our hobby at the best of our capabilities, and what we create is as beautiful and as meaningful. And as we're able to invest more, that's great. If we're never able to invest more, that's also fine. If you're knitting with acrylic yarn, you're amazing, and your hobby is your hobby. And I hope no one ever makes you feel like you're less than, or you don't have a place in the knitting community because you don't use wool, because that is not the community I want to build. I want everyone to feel welcome at whatever level they craft at. And I am so thankful for 922 of you now. I cannot believe that. I am really excited to get to 1,000. That just feels like such a really big milestone for me. I have a goal to reach it by my birthday at the end of January. So I'm hopeful. And I am probably going to be giving away some yarn when I hit 1,000. I'm thinking sock yarn, just because it's easiest to obtain and be able to, you know, like not have to get a certain size amount. So I'm thinking sock yarn. And if you have any suggestions on sock yarns that I should check out to grab some for the giveaway, let me know below. And as always, thank you guys so much for being here. It means the world to me. I'll say it till I'm blue in the face, but I love being here, and I love that you're here too. Have a great day.